Hi everyone. For today I wanted to go over some of the export settings that I have implemented in Genstyl. So for that, let's go to this style guide layout I built, and I guess the easiest component to showcase this would be the checkbox, because it has multiple nested elements. So let's right click on that and edit the checkbox component, and then expand the tree, and we see we have an outer wrapper, the checkbox element, the tick mark, and then the label. So what we can do here, click on the outer element and then go to the export panel, and here we can customize the HTML element and then customize the CSS classes that are going to be applied, and you're going to get a preview here at the bottom of how that would look like for the pure CSS export type. Alright, so for the wrapper, a div is fine, but I want to customize the class, and then I can say, oh, I want that to be a wrapper. And then for the checkbox itself, I want this to be a span, so go to content and span, and add a custom CSS class of box. Then for the tick mark, I want this to also be a span, and let's just call it tick. And then for the label, we go to forms and we can choose label, and I also want this to be label in terms of class, and then I can save that and then export. Actually open the bundle, open the file, and now scroll down to the checkbox, inspect, and then we can see we have the wrapper class, box, label, and a tick, and then the prefix in this BEM-style export is the actual component slug, and then when you customize things at a layout level, it's the prefix will be the actual layout slug. So if we go back, let's see what other options we have here. So let's double click on checkbox, expand this again, and if I go to tick mark, here I can switch between topmost parent and nearest parent. So instead of inheriting the prefix as the component slug, I can choose to inherit the prefix with the class of the nearest parent, which is the checkbox element here, or I can customize the prefix entirely, and I just add foo here, and then we get the preview here. This is going to be it's going to end up with foo __ tick. So let's save that, export again, go back to the browser, reload, and then we can see that's the custom class that we added for that particular element. I can see some improvements here, like you can in the future, I'm thinking maybe you want to reference a different element in the tree and not necessarily have just the two limited options of topmost or nearest. Maybe you would like to pick the node that you want to inherit from. In my experience, that is kind of how I would like to work with BEM-style CSS classes, but that's something for the future that I'm thinking about. Let me know what you think, and yeah, thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your week. Thank you.